Hello, welcome. My name is Sean.
And I'm Alexia. And we're talking about Fallout 76 today, a recent game that just came out after Fallout 4.
This has gotten mixed and reviews on it, and people are claiming that it is bad, while some claim that it is good. It is a open world MMORPG.
Today we have with us
Luke
and
Christian.
cool beings. And we're going to ask them a few questions about the game, you know? Have a little discussion. And can you both tell us about your experience playing Fallout 76?
The game is just a bugged nightmare, and the second problem with it is that even if you wanted to get your money back, it's not like they're going to give it back anyways. So you're pretty much stuck with a game that's unplayable. So I don't know very many people that want an unplayable game that they spent $60 on to get.
Yeah, Luke?
The game is bugged, but it is not unplayable. Also, have you ever heard of Buyer Beware? They had announcements before releasing the game that it was going to be very buggy. So that was forewarned.
No game is without bugs anyway. I mean, and I don't think. Yeah, I don't think bugs make the game unplayable unless your stuff.
Unless it's 76.
Yeah, when your stuff is disappearing and everying. It's
Yeah, if
kind
your
of
stuff
problematic.
disappears, that's not good for you.
But you can make new stuff.
You can, but I don't know. It's just tedious.
What did you guys think about the new enemies and the lack of NPCs?
There is not really a lack of NPCs because they have robot NPCs. They only lack human NPCs, which people get mad at. Also, the new things to kill are fun because you can just stab them a lot and then they die.
I mean, I don't really see a problem with that either. It's just the only problem is the mechanics issues with the glitches and the bugs and how it's laggy and it can literally some guy crashed the game, the whole game.
A patch came out and it nerfed some things and kind of fixed the
It fixed some of the glitches, but I'm not sure which ones.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't read into the patch that much, but it fixed the stash sizes by it increased it by 50%.
Increased it by 200 points.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that's 50%.
That's good.
Because, I don't know, players were complaining it was really small.
You only had 400 slots before, and now you have 600.
That is good.
It's pretty rude.
Not compared to Fallout 4's workshop size stashes, though.
Well, considering it's an online MMO and it's more of a survival game, if you have unlimited stash size, then you can carry too much stuff and it's too easy.
True. You have a point there, Luke.
Yeah, and a lot of people complain about the lack of story. What do you
There
think?
is a lot of story. It's just hidden in notes and terminal entries. There's nobody talking to you that says it. So people who say there's no story just don't read the stuff because they're illiterate.
I don't see a problem with the story either, but yeah, I mean, the only problem is that the game was unfinished. That's the only thing that I have a problem with.
Does the game still feel like Fallout to you guys, or does it feel like something new entirely?
It very much feels like Fallout, except now there's players like me who run around causing other people trouble.
Fallout is online.
There's really not even much interaction between players, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Because
That's
it's
true.
a big open terrain, and it's pretty hard to find anyone unless you're actively looking for someone, or unless you're playing in the server with someone you know.
It's a large, lonely world.
Do you think when Red Dead 2 was released around the same time, do you think it killed some of the hype of Fallout 76?
They're two pretty different games.
Yeah, but when another bigger game comes out, some people don't even notice other games being released.
I think it definitely made Fallout 76 look worse because there was another game that had just come out that was very well done and thoroughly made. Very few bugs. So really showing a bad light on Bethesda for making a game that was so buggy.
Yeah. And speaking of Bethesda, a lot of people say this game was just a cash grab even though
Yeah.
it didn't grab that much cash in the first place.
It was rushed. It was definitely rushed.
There was a lot of player demand for it, and they wanted it quick.
Yeah.
Well, whereas on the other hand, Rockstar did it well, and they kept updating GTA and stuff to keep people like that, and then they came out with it, and there were close to 0 bugs or anything with that game.
Well, also, it does seem like Bethesda was putting more of the resources into the new Elder Scrolls game they're trying to make. So it makes sense that the new Fallout game, which was rushed and not as anticipated, would be made more poorly.
That brings us on to the next topic. Fallout has always been a great game, and so they added a great multiplayer system. What do you guys think about that?
The multiplayer system is negligible. There's not much player interaction unless you actively look for another player. And even then, half the time the other players don't even want anything to do with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like doing their own business. And
It's almost like a co-op campaign,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like, you can't even do anything with them. It's just like, they're just there.
instead of like PvP, which a lot of people want to do, it's
Yeah.
like you work together instead, and it's
There-
kind of foofy.
There is PvP, but you have to attack the other player and they have to attack you back for it to be enabled.
Yeah.
So it's made with the thought in mind that they don't want anybody being harassed by other players unless they accept the harassment.
Wasn't there news of someone being harassed, like with homosexual slurs?
Yes, I
think-
heard some story about someone being permanently banned, or a group of people being permanently banned for following someone around and using homosexual slurs against
The
them.
common
that would be
problem
one.
in just about any online video game,
Yeah.
including Club Penguin.
That's
Yes, you cannot. If you are having a multiplayer game and expect not to have people harassing others, it's,
Just play Call of Duty and you'll
yeah,
find out.
just play Call of Duty or GTA 5.
I
Oh yeah, if you
as
play
long
Call
as
of Duty,
there's
you just get
chats-
harassed by 6-year-olds.
Yeah,
Yeah. As long as there's chats, there's gonna be like someone shitting on you, you know?
I mean, that's why they have a warning that says that the online play is not rated because people are going to do whatever they want.
Yeah. So, do you guys enjoy the fact that you cannot raid other players' bases while they're not in game, and they can't raid your base while you're not in game?
That is good. Otherwise, it would be just like the survival games such as Ark or Conan Exiles or Rust, where the only thing that ever happens is you log on for an hour and a half and make a base, and then somebody just walks over and blows it up once you leave,
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
which would be so much worse.
It would be a lot worse. Do you also enjoy the fact that you have to engage back in a fight for a fight to happen, or would you like to be able to just raid people?
I tend to like to harass people because I'm just like that. So I would rather there not be bounds so that I can just, kind of murder whoever I want without any consequence.
The problem is, it then becomes so unrealistic once you get into that. It's like, so if you walked out on the street and someone hit you with a freaking tire iron, you have to consent for them to hit you with the tire iron. That's not how it works.
It should just be you can go up and mug somebody and they can't do anything about it except for try to fight you.
Yes. So you would like for that system to be removed from the game?
Yes.
Hmm.
Or at least have separate servers that you can go onto where it's removed to give players the option.
Have either of you guys heard about like the new game Outer World by Obsidian? People are calling it like just Fallout in space. I mean, I haven't played it. I don't plan on playing it because it looks kind of, I don't know, Fortnite-y.
Was Obsidian involved in making Fallout 76?
Oh, I don't know.
I believe Obsidian was involved in making Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, but I don't know if they were involved in any other Fallouts. I think that was just Bethesda.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that game.
Yeah, it
No.
like just came out.
What do you guys think they can improve?
The bugs.
A
Hundreds
lot
of
of
bugs.
stuff.
Definitely the bugs.
They've had like 6 patches that just fixed bugs, and there's still so many left.
So the game was definitely rushed.
Yeah.
Well, either that, or they just couldn't
Or
play
they-
test enough of it with the
Yeah.
people they had.
Or they just spent like 0 cents on trying to fix bugs on the game.
Well, they have been fixing them. Like, I've noticed bugs getting fixed. It's just that There's so many.
There shouldn't be that many at launch.
Well, also, Bethesda games have always had an issue with bugs because there's such a wide open world where it's hard to find every little thing, and they have to wait for player input to figure out where the bugs are.
They could have like a beta. I don't know why they didn't do that.
They did have a beta.
They did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, they did have a beta.
But
Well,
the
obviously it
beta
didn't help.
was the beta was used mainly to test the servers because Bethesda wasn't used to doing an online game like this, so they weren't checking for bugs. They were checking to make sure the servers could handle the players.
Which they couldn't. Anyway.
Yes.
It kind of can.
It kind of can.
It depends on what people are doing.
Not like Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel.
Isn't it like if you shoot like a certain amount of like nukes, it just crashes the game?
That could definitely happen because it's a really massive in-game event, and that's a lot of changes to happen all in the game at once to be loaded in the entire map.
Yeah.
But it's very rare to happen because it's really hard to launch nukes in that game.
I think a problem in Fallout 4 was the NPCs, because I don't know, a lot of people were talking about that and like that how the NPCs sucked. So do you think like with like less NPCs they fixed it in Fallout 76?
I never found there to be a problem with NPCs in Fallout 4. The only thing that was better in previous games is that interactions with them were more comical.
Yes.
Like, you could have a low intelligence in the game, and then when people would ask you questions, you could just kind of shout nonsense at them.
Yes, I believe it was Fallout 4 where I had my intelligence at 2 at one point. And a run through for the Idiot 7 perk, and you were literally just shouting nonsense. Savant perk, and you're just shouting nonsense across the game.
Oh yes, when you get XP and you have that perk active, there's a chance to get bonus XP because you're dumb. And then you just start kind of squealing.
It's a great perk.
It's ridiculous.
In comparison to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4 was made a lot more seriously with less zany elements,
Which we will miss.
such as finding Indiana Jones's corpse in a refrigerator in the Mojave Desert.
Yes, I think I actually found that once.
It's in the very beginning of the game. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh, look, it's Santa Claus.
I'm gonna go fight him.
Fallout 76 seems like a vast, open, lonely world.
Of trash can.
Oh,
It's a big empty trash can.
it's a big
It's a
empty
vast,
trash can.
lonely world, and the only time you'll find players is if you're actively seeking them out. What was that? Do you guys wish there was more interaction with other players? Or
I feel like there'd be more interaction with other players if you could just kill them whenever you wanted.
Yeah.
yeah, because then they would just try to attack you back to get their stuff back.
Well, and also the trading element that was really strong in Fallout, well, all the Fallout games before this one, it's kind of gone because NPC traders don't have.
What
Okay.
the hell is that?
NPC traders don't have anything decent to trade and have really low money amounts, so you can't trade much of them. Plus, there's a lot of items that they just won't accept, like the massive amounts of very heavy ammo that you get. Players just don't want to trade because they don't care.
They're really off doing their own things.
Yeah. It's not good.
There are a lot of problems with the game, but it can be very fun if you just take it as is and run around doing random stuff.
Yeah, I
Like,
think bugs are pretty fun anyway.
It depends on the bug.
Yeah.
Bugs are fun, but when they're game breaking, they're not fun.
Yes.
name a game-breaking bug.
What's it called? The dude literally broke the game, and it kicked everyone off the server.
Somebody was able to crash the server by having a massive amount of stuff happen, but that's a very rare occurrence. Not
But-
really a bug, just a server failure. The same could happen in a lot of games.
That can happen on any open world.
Any online game,
Oh,
really.
Any online game.
Also, what about that leak of players' information?
Yeah.
That was kind of big.
I'm not aware of that, and now I'm scared.
Oh. I think they fixed it.
I think
by
they
now,
fixed it,
because that's
but
like a big problem to
There
have
was a
in your
leak,
game.
or they just leaked player information out.
How'd they get player information?
Someone hacked the server, I think. I don't know
Why
exactly.
does Bethesda have the player information that could be sensitive?
Ask
You know,
him. Go up and ask him.
Go ask
I
Bethesda.
think that's all the time.
Yes,
Yeah.
and have a lovely day.
Thank you guys for joining us so much. So
I hope
much.
nobody has a good day. I hope you
So
all
much.
suffer.